Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm a doctor from a community hospital in Portland, Oregon, where I work with families through home visits, hospital care, and outpatient clinics. My mission is to share practical, easy-to-understand advice about dementia, a topic that touches many lives. By 2025, experts predict 1 in 5 Americans over 60 will have dementia. That's a big number, and it can feel scary. But here's the good news. Dementia doesn't mean losing everything, and there are ways to keep your brain healthy, spot early signs, and live a vibrant life, even with dementia. This guide is packed with tips, stories, and hope, so grab a cup of coffee and let's dive in. It's a long one, but I promise it's worth it. If you find this helpful, please subscribe for more. Let's get started. What we'll cover today. Think of this as a roadmap to understanding dementia, like planning a cross-country trip. What is dementia? I'll boil it down to one clear sentence. Early signs of dementia, 6 key clues to watch for, with real-life examples. Simple tests to check if dementia might be a concern, like a quick health checkup. Treatments for dementia. What's out there? And do they really work? Preventing dementia, practical steps, including one superstar diet that's like a shield for your brain. Living well with dementia, how to thrive and make our communities dementia-friendly, caring. For someone with dementia, 3 golden rules for families and caregivers to make life easier and happier. Goal is to empower you with knowledge. Whether you're worried about yourself, a loved one, or just want to stay sharp, let's make dementia less mysterious and more manageable. What is dementia? A simple explanation: dementia isn't one disease. It's like a big umbrella covering symptoms that affect your memory, thinking, and daily life. Picture your brain as a busy library. Normally, books, your memories and thoughts are neatly organized, easy to find. With dementia, some books get misplaced, especially new ones, making it hard to remember recent events or learn new things. By 2025, 1 in 5 people over 60 in the U.S. could have dementia, 20% of us. The risk grows with age, about 1 in 5 folks in their early 80s, 2 in 5 in their late 80s, and 3 in 5 by their 90s. Even if you're fit as a fiddle, age increases the odds. Dementia doesn't mean you forget everything. Old memories, like your high school prom or your first job, often stay crystal clear, while new ones, like what you had for breakfast, slip away. Let's break down the 3 main ways dementia affects the brain, using simple analogies. Memory trouble. Think of memory like a 3-step recipe. Learning something new, mixing ingredients. Storing it, baking the dish, and recalling it, serving it up. Dementia often messes with the learning part. New information doesn't stick, like trying to bake without flour. But old memories? They're like your favorite recipe from 20 years ago. You still know it by heart. For example, meet Betty, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Portland. She can recite every detail of her 1960s classroom, but forgets where she parked her car yesterday. That's a classic dementia sign. Sense of time and place. This is like losing your car's GPS. Dementia can make it hard to know what day it is, where you are, or who's around. Early on, someone might wear a winter coat in July because they're confused about the season. Later, they might not recognize their own neighborhood. Take John, 80, from Chicago. He got lost walking to his favorite diner, a route he's taken for years. That's his brain's GPS glitching. Thinking and decision-making. Imagine trying to follow a complex recipe with steps out of order. Dementia makes tasks like cooking a big Thanksgiving dinner, paying bills, or using a smartphone feel like solving a puzzle with missing pieces. The brain struggles to plan or make sense of things. Sarah, 75, from Seattle, used to host family barbecues, but now struggles to grill burgers or set the table. Here's the key. Dementia isn't just getting old. It's a condition we can address if we catch it early. Noticing these changes is like spotting a check engine light in your car. Time to take action, not panic. 6 early signs of dementia to watch for. Dementia creeps in slowly, like fog settling over a lake. Here are 6 signs to watch for, with stories to bring them to life. Repeating questions or stories. Imagine your Uncle Joe asking, "When's dinner?" 5 times in an hour. You say, "We ate at 6, but he doesn't remember asking or eating." His brain's like a record player stuck on repeat. It's not saving new tracks. This can frustrate families like Joe's daughter, Mary, who gets irritated answering the same question. But for Joe, it's not intentional. His brain just isn't filing away the answer. Losing things. Often, we all misplace keys, but dementia means losing things daily and forgetting where you put them. Linda, 77, from Atlanta, hides her glasses in odd spots, like the fridge, because she's worried about losing them. Then she forgets where she hid them, sometimes thinking someone stole them. This stolen item worry is common and can feel real to her. Struggling with familiar tasks. Tasks like cooking or shopping get tricky. Tom, 70, from Miami, used to make amazing chili, but now he forgets ingredients or leaves the stove on. His recipes are simpler, and he avoids cooking alone. This isn't laziness. It's his brain struggling with complex steps. Wallet full of change. Ever see someone's wallet stuffed with coins? Ellen, 82, from Denver, pays with dollar bills because counting change feels like solving a math puzzle. She knows a $5 bill covers a $3 coffee, so she skips the coins, and her wallet gets heavy. It's a small but telling sign. Losing interest in going out. Dementia can make people feel unsure, like stepping into a maze. Mike, 80, from Phoenix, loved his weekly bowling league but now stays home, worried he'll get lost or embarrassed. Isolation can speed up dementia, so keeping him connected is key. Getting irritable or suspicious. Confusion can make people cranky or distrustful. Clara, 79, from Boston, snaps at her son because she feels off-kilter and thinks he's hiding her purse. It's not her being mean. It's her brain struggling to make sense of things. Like a computer with a glitchy program. If you spot these signs, it's like noticing your car's making a funny noise. Don't ignore it, but don't assume the worst. A doctor can help figure out what's going on. Simple tests to spot dementia. Early, wondering if it's dementia or just normal forgetfulness. Here are 2 easy tests, like checking your car's oil to see if it's running smoothly. Copycat. Test. Follow along with me. Make an OK sign with both hands. Now make a peace sign. Flip one hand so the fingers point down. Rotate your right hand 180 degrees and touch the fingertips together. If you got it, great. Your brain's spatial skills are likely strong. If it's hard, don't panic. It's just a clue, not a diagnosis. Note, don't test loved ones without their OK. It can feel embarrassing and hurt feelings. Mini-cog test. Grab a pen and paper. I'll say 3 words. Apple, dog, truck. Remember them. Now draw a clock showing 11:10, hour hand at 11, minute hand at 2. Done? Now recall those 3 words. If you struggle with the clock or can't recall at least 2 words, it's worth talking to your doctor. These tests are like a quick peek under the hood. They don't confirm dementia, but can hint if it's time for a professional checkup. For example, when Betty tried the mini-cog, she couldn't draw the clock right and forgot 2 words. Her daughter took her to a doctor who caught early dementia, letting them plan ahead. Can we treat dementia? The truth about medicines. Let's talk treatments, and I'll keep it real. There's no cure for dementia yet. Current medicines are like putting a Band-Aid on a sprained ankle. It helps a little but doesn't fix the problem. Common drugs, like donepezil, Aricept, or rivastigmine, boost brain chemicals to help memory. Think of it like adding oil to a rusty engine. It might run smoother for a bit. But here's the catch. They only help about 1 in 10 people, and the boost is small, like scoring 1 extra point on a memory test. Family members rarely notice a big change. Plus, 1 in 12 people get side effects like nausea, diarrhea, or stomach pain. In countries like France, these drugs aren't even covered by insurance because the benefits are so modest. Newer drugs aim to clear out brain gunk, proteins like amyloid or tau that clog brain cells, like leaves in a gutter. Sounds promising, but results are underwhelming. Imagine cleaning a clogged pipe. It helps, but the water still doesn't flow like it used to. For example, a new drug called lecanemab showed slight improvements in some patients. But it's not a game changer, and side effects like brain swelling can be serious. Here's a story. George, 76, from San Francisco, started Aricept hoping it would sharpen his memory. After 6 months, his wife, Helen, noticed no real difference, and he felt nauseous often. They talked to their doctor, who suggested stopping the drug and focusing on lifestyle changes instead. That's where the real hope lies. Let's explore that next. 5. Keeping dementia at bay. Prevention. That works. Prevention is like tending a garden. You can't stop all weeds, but you can keep them under control. No supplement or miracle cure guarantees dementia proofing, despite what ads claim. Vitamins like C or E, fish oil, or ginkgo biloba. No solid proof they prevent dementia. If you enjoy them and they're safe, that's fine. But don't bet the farm on them. Here's what does work. Backed by science. Explained like a recipe for a healthy brain. Chat with friends. Talking with others is like sunshine for your brain. Studies show people who stay social, think coffee chats, church groups, or book clubs, have a lower dementia risk than those who exercise alone. For example, Susan, 68, from Minneapolis, joined a quilting club. The chatter and laughter keep her mind sharp. Move your body. Exercise is like fertilizer for your brain. Aim for a brisk walk, maybe 20 minutes 3 times a week. Can't do that? Even a 10-minute stroll to the mailbox and back counts. Data shows walking 2,000 steps daily, about 20 minutes, lowers heart disease risk, which helps your brain. Mike from Phoenix started walking to his local park. Small steps, big impact. Eat smart. The Mediterranean diet is like a superfood smoothie for your brain. Load up on fish, like salmon, veggies, fruits, nuts, beans, and use olive oil instead of butter. Studies show it cuts dementia risk, heart disease, and even some cancers like breast cancer. Emma, 81, from Boston, swapped red meat for fish twice a week and feels more alert. Live. Well, quit smoking, cut back on alcohol, and keep blood pressure and blood sugar in check. These are like keeping your car's tires inflated. Basic, but crucial. High blood pressure or diabetes can cause tiny strokes, leading to vascular dementia, where brain cells die from poor blood flow. Care for teeth and ears. Gum disease or hearing loss raises dementia risk by causing inflammation or isolation. Think of it like clearing rust from pipes. Keep things clean. Clara from Boston got hearing aids, and suddenly conversations were easier, keeping her connected. Here's a deeper dive into the Mediterranean diet, since it's a star player. It's based on how folks eat in places like Italy or Greece. Think olive oil, fresh tomatoes, grilled fish, and lentils. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found it lowered dementia risk by 20% in older adults. Susan started making simple Mediterranean meals, salmon with a side of spinach and walnuts drizzled with olive oil. She loves it, and her cholesterol's down too. Want recipes? Check community center cooking classes or online resources for easy ideas. Another tip, social connection is huge. A 2020 study showed lonely older adults had a 50% higher dementia risk. Think of isolation like a plant without water, it wilts. Susan's quilting club isn't just fun, it's brain medicine. Even small chats like talking to your mail carrier add up. 6. Living well with dementia, a new way to think. Even with prevention, dementia might happen. By age 90, over half of us could face it. But here's a mindset shift. Instead of fearing dementia, let's plan to live well with it. It's like preparing for a rainy day. You don't stop going out. You bring an umbrella. Dementia causes challenges, like forgetting how to use a self-checkout or getting lost in a new place. But those struggles often come from how our world is built. Imagine a wheelchair user facing a staircase with no ramp. That's not their fault. It's the design. Similarly, if grocery stores only have self-checkouts, someone with dementia might struggle to buy food. Take Emma from Boston. She loves her daily park walk but started getting lost. Her daughter Lisa got her a simple GPS tracker and asked the park cafe staff to remind Emma of her route. Now Emma's back to her walks, chatting with neighbors. This social model means tweaking our communities, bigger bus schedules, voice-activated devices, or friendly neighbors checking in so everyone can thrive. Another example, Henry, 83, from Denver, loves gardening but forgets where his tools are. His son Mark labeled the shed with big, colorful signs, "Shovel here," and "Gloves inside." Henry's back to planting roses, feeling proud. It's about enabling joy, not focusing on what's lost. A dementia-friendly community helps everyone. Big print menus at diners, clear street signs, or AI assistants that read schedules aloud make life easier for seniors, visitors, or anyone who's ever gotten lost. It's not about labeling someone as demented, but asking, what does Jane love? Painting? Let's make sure she can still hold a brush. I run a community program in Portland called Coffee and Chat, where folks gather to talk, sip coffee, and share stories. One regular, Margaret, 79, has early dementia. She brings her husband, Tom, and they laugh over old photos or plan small outings. These connections keep Margaret engaged, and Tom feels supported. It's a model for how communities can adapt. Less isolation, more togetherness. Caring for someone with dementia. 3 golden rules. Caring for someone with dementia is like tending a delicate plant. It takes patience, creativity, and love. Here are 3 golden rules with stories to show how they work. Ask why. When someone repeats themselves, like Grandpa Bob asking, "When's lunch?" Every hour, don't snap, "I told you!" His brain's like a notebook missing pages. It's not saving the answer. Instead, think, maybe he's hungry or bored. Offer a snack or a chat. Bob's daughter, Susan, started saying, "Let's have some cookies and tea. Can you grab the cups?" It distracts him, and they both feel better. Don't fight to be right. If Grandma Ellen thinks you took her purse, don't argue, "I didn't." It's like debating a broken radio. It won't fix the signal. Say, "Let's look for it together." If you find it, let her discover it to avoid blame. When Ellen accused her son, Mike, of stealing, he said, "Let's check the drawer." She found it and felt relieved, not embarrassed. Keep them connected. Dementia can make people retreat, but social ties slow its progress. If Aunt Clara forgets her knitting group, put a big calendar on her fridge. Knitting Tuesday. If she loves the library but struggles with payments, prepay her fines with the librarian. Clara's niece, Amy, got her a weekly library pass. And now Clara's back to borrowing mysteries. Her favorite hobby. Here's a deeper story. When Henry from Denver kept leaving the stove on, his son, Mark, was scared of fires. Instead of scolding, Mark put a sign on the stove. "Broken, use microwave." He also said, "Dad, I want you safe because I love you." That kept Henry calm. And their bond grew. One final tip. Emotions linger even if memories fade. Yell and the hurt sticks like a bruise you can't see. Smile, hug, share kind words, and that warmth stays in their heart. When Susan got frustrated with Bob, she took a deep breath and said, "I'm glad you're here, Dad." His smile showed the love sank in even if he forgot the moment. Try this trick for safety issues. Like Henry's stove. If someone keeps using a risky appliance, unplug it or add a sign like "out of order." For Margaret, who left the kettle boiling, her daughter taped a note. "Kettle broken. Use electric one." It worked. And Margaret felt independent without danger. Wrapping up, thank you for sticking with me through this journey. We've covered what dementia is, its early signs, simple tests, treatments, prevention, and how to live well with it. Most importantly, we learned that a dementia-friendly world, full of kindness, creativity, and connection, makes all the difference. I share these tips because I believe in catching problems early and living healthier, happier lives. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical advice. Share your stories or questions below. I'd love to hear how you're navigating this. Maybe you found a clever way to help a loved one stay active, like Clara's library pass. Let's learn together. Until next time, take care and keep shining.